Oh, wow, it just talked to me. Okay, so recording is in progress. Only 3 new stuff for your warm up. The stationary WGS stands for World's Greatest Struts. But you're going to go into a push up position. It's just like your Spider-Man. I'm just adding something.
Hang on a second. I got the message won't go away.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
I got it. Okay. All right.
Okay. So that stationary WGS or World's Greatest Stretch, you get your Spider-Man just like you were before. You do your reach, and then before you switch sides, you're gonna take this leg, you're gonna put the back knee down and just shift and stretch, trying to get the hamstring to stretch out. So I put the knee on the ground. You don't have to, you can have the knee off and shift, but I just feel a little more comfortable this way. And you go back to the push-up position, switch sides, do the reach through, reach up, hand goes on the outside of the foot, drop the knee, and stretch. And then you would just keep alternating back and forth until you get, I think I put 4 each side.
So you stretch the front leg.
Yeah, you want to feel that hamstring stretch out in the front.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I think I remember doing that. When I saw it, I think we've done this one before.
Yeah, we've done that one before. We've done the traveling version because usually it's like a walking lunge with that. We've done that. The next new one after your clock taps is stationary inchworm to prone press up, about 4. So you want to start standing up, and you're just going to kind of hinge in the hips, fold over, put your hands on the ground, walk yourself out to push up position, drop those hips, drop those hips, and arch the back, look up towards the ceiling, and then back to push up position, and then walk yourself all the way back up to standing. That's one. And you would just repeat that all the way down, drop an arch, all the way back up, stand. You do that for 4. So that is that one. And then the last one is a contra shoulder lateral lunge, single leg balance. So whatever weight you want to use, I wouldn't be that heavy. But what you're gonna do is take the bag. So contra means opposite. So that means I'm gonna step away from the bag. I'm gonna lunge, and then I'm gonna drive through this leg and come right up into a balance. Lunge and balance. Ideally, really holding it for a second, trying not to like lunge and do like this quick little thing and right back into it. You should be able to own that balance at the top. And then
Okay.
a little harder than it looks. That thing wants to keep taking you over. All right. Getting into the 8A core, we have a star plank, and then tall kneeling, half kneeling with 8 JC bending into rotation. So star plank. Take a straight arm side plank, basically. Feet are top of each other. You're gonna have your arm straight, your hand underneath your shoulder, and then you're gonna lift this top leg up, and then the other arm up. So you can make a star as wide as you can with everything, and you're gonna hold it for 20 seconds. It is hard. Really, really hard. So just make sure this hand isn't too far out. That's put too much strain on that shoulder. You want it almost directly underneath your shoulder, and then just spread everything out. 20 seconds per side. And then tall kneeling, half kneeling, JC bend anti-rotation hold. Need that band. That's going off to your side. So you want to be perpendicular where it's going. You start with both knees down. You're going to have the band straight out from your chest. Just going to hold it there. Tall kneeling, outside leg goes into half kneeling and back. The whole time though, this band's going to want you to whip that way. You have to make sure you keep that tension and don't let it topple you over while you move your leg back and forth. Sometimes it's a little hard to sweep the leg. I don't know if you have your mat or anything. What you could do is kneel on like a pad or something like that. And it's a little easier to sweep the leg through if you elevate the down knee a little bit.
Okay. May use a roll up towel or something.
Perfect. And then just put it on the stationary knee. That way the other one can go back and forth.
Yep.
Okay. So that is core. Okay, this is because we had that conversation helped out. The kneeling 90-90 good morning is something I wanted to work on because of that kneeling 90-90 press out last time. So you're gonna get up into that kneeling 90-90 position, just like we were before. You're gonna hold the bag now or the weight, and then you're just gonna hinge a little bit, reaching the hips back, chest comes forward. Don't actually touch the butt to the ground. Come back up, but I'm gonna show you from the side so you can kind of see what that looks like. Up here. And I just want you to hinge, reach those hips back. Okay. Just like a deadlift, reaching back. So you're never actually touching the ground. We'll do all one side and then you'll switch your legs. And do the same thing on the other side.
Okay.
Okay. And And then we're doing short seated incline chest press for 10. So short seated just refers to being seated, and then bring your knees in. So your ankles are pulled towards your shins, your knees are about 90 degrees or so. And you're gonna take your weight, whatever you have, and then you're just gonna hold it by your chest, and you're gonna press it straight up from your chest with that little lean back in your torso. If you notice I'm a little back, I'm not upright. I'm leaning back just a little bit, and I'll keep that angle as I'm pressing up and down. So that is the short seated incline press. The third one is a forward lunge to a reverse lunge. Eventually you can hold the weight, but I would work on the balance of this one first. That's why I put weight optional. That up just a little bit. Okay. So you're gonna do a reverse lunge. You're gonna take this leg and you're gonna step forward right into a forward lunge. And then right back into the reverse. Forward's not too bad. You can always catch yourself. It's when you have to go back right into the reverse is the hard part. If you're falling around and you're not really getting it, you could take a step in between and go back and forth, but I'd like you to build up to that transition from the forward to the reverse without having the step in the middle.
Okay.
All right, so that is 5 to 10 there and back counting as one, though, maybe 5 to 10. Let's see. Next one, single arm TRX row. There's really nothing fancy with that one. You're just gonna hold on to the TRX. One arm out, just cut it straight up.
Yep.
And row. So go wider with your feet than normal. You don't want to be super narrow because then you're just going to roll. I'd say about a little wider than shoulder width apart as you pull.
Okay. Yeah, we've done those.
Yeah. And then half kneeling TRX wall slides, because you don't actually have a wall. What you do, grab the TRX, and you're going to kneel down, and you're going to move out until you can have your hands near your shoulders. You feel a nice stretch in your chest without arching your back. You want to keep your calves tight. It's going to reach overhead, pushing against that TRX the whole time as you go up and down. And then you'll switch your knees and do the reps on the other side. But again, I want to feel that stretch in my chest at the bottom. Maintain your posture as you slide up and down a imaginary wall. Okay. And then the finisher is all TRX stuff. You have a TRX hip press and W, T, and row. And I'll show you what that means in a moment. And then some knee tucks with the feet to loops. If you notice the reps for the first one, there's like a 5, 5, 5. We're gonna do 5 TRX hip press and W, 5 TRX hip press and T's, then 5 TRX hip press and rows. And let me move this back a little bit so you can see. So the W's, palms lead down. A hip press, you're basically going to squat, but with the arms straight, it turns in more to a hip dominant movement. So that's the hip press, and then the W is rotating the shoulders. And you should kind of turn into a fluid motion. It's down, up, into the W, down, up, into the W. Now you do 5 of those, just make sure those W's are a rotation, and it's not a pull and a lift. It should be a rotation right into it. After you do 5 of the TRX hip press and W's, we do 5 TRX hip press and T's. This time the palms face each other. And you're gonna do the same hip press, but now you're gonna take your arms and pull apart and come back. So down and up, straight arms the whole time. And make sure it's this motion. I'm not pulling in and then just reaching out. It should just be this flying motion. And you open up as you go to skate. And the third one was the row. This is a version you've done before. Same position, palms face each other. Hip press, and then row. Hip press, and row. 5 of those. And then the push-up position knee tucks in the TRX. You're gonna put your feet in the loops. These are a little tall. Let's bring those down. Actually got them pretty even. All right, so the hip press, I'm sorry. The tucks, you're gonna put your feet in your loops to your TRX. And you get in a push-up position. And then you're just gonna slowly tuck one knee in and out, and the other knee in and out. Watch your lower back, make sure you don't start sinking. You wanna make sure everything stays tucked up and it's out. Anything on A day you wanna go over
Nope.
before we switch to B?
Nope, looks good.
Awesome. And we have dynamic Blackburns, which you've done before.
Yep.
So on your belly, starting with the diamond. So this little shape right here, you're gonna go on your lower back with it. And I want you to kind of squeeze your butt and lift your chest off the floor. And then big sweep out, go back to the diamond in front, return to the first, and then rest on the floor. Again, lift and squeeze. Hold that lift as you do the arm motion, and then rest. That's your black
So
rim.
it's palms up and then to palms down, right?
Exactly, yeah. So starts with just like this position, palms up. And then when you go to reach out, it will be those palms down, correct? Let's see. If you end up going palms up in the front, you can. That's just a lot harder. So I figured I'd give you the palms down version.
Oh,
Forward
okay.
lunge. I figured we'd start there. Forward lunge to half kneeling JC band anti-extension overhead lift. A lot of words, not as hard as it sounds, but it's just a very descriptive way of telling you what to do. So you need your band that's going to be hooked up behind you. You're just going to have it over your shoulders. Let's move that up a little bit. Okay, so you can go up over your shoulders. You're going to forward lunge, and then you're going to put your knee on the floor. Once you're there, reach overhead without letting that band arch your back and whip yourself. And then you just bring it back in front and lunge. Yeah. Right back down, kneel. Lift up and down. Launch back up. Same leg, and then you'll end up doing the other leg afterwards. That is the core. Next one, we'll go to the big circuit, is FL, which is front loaded. We're gonna hold something up here. 1.5 squats with a heel lift. So whatever you can lift your heels up, like I'm just gonna show you a little weight here. I'll put my heels on top. Front loaded's up here. Now 1.5 squat, you do your full squat down, and then you're gonna go up about halfway, back to the full down, and then all the way up. That counts as 1 rep. So again, you go all the way down, half, back down, all the way. I just
So I
showed
want
you 2 reps.
both heels lifted, right?
Yeah, both heels lifted. So I have
Okay.
them both right on my weights right here.
Oh, I see. Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, both heels up. Whatever you like to use, as long as it's just like a little bit of a heel lift. Doesn't need to be anything crazy, just a little bit. I've had people use books before. You can even roll up your towel and just put your heels on your towel.
Okay. No block of wood.
Yeah, that works. All right, short seated JC band double arm high to low row. And I know you have that TRX mount you can hook the bands up to. So you want a nice high position. What you're gonna do, pick it up high, and you're gonna be in that short seated position again, which means on your butt. So knees are bent, toes are pulled towards your shins. Start up high, low row. Start up high, low row. Just keep your posture again. I don't want to lean back. I also don't want this band to whip you forward. Just maintain your posture as you row up and down. Like that one. Next one is single arm contra lateral lunge to a single leg balance. So very similar to your warm up. We're just not coming to the shoulder now. We're going to hang it down. So just hold it below, and then it's the exact same motion. Step off to the side, and then come up and balance. Step off to the side, come up and balance. So if you notice, I'm trying to beat some balance in you a little bit. Let's see. Next one is a kneeling single arm push up with a fallout. And that sounds crazy, but I know you can do this one. I've seen your upper body strength. So you're gonna kneel down, arms are out. Now I'm gonna push up with my left arm. As I go into that push up position, my other arm is gonna reach forward. So I'm gonna do fallout with my right, I'll push up with my left, and then push away, come back up. And I'll do the other arm. I'm gonna push up with my right, fallout with my left, come back. And you can always make it harder by moving backwards. So it's almost like those valve slide pushaways we've done before. You're just adding a little mini push up in between. I'm still get to use my straight arm to kind of assist motion. So it's not truly a single arm push up.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
It is hard. What else we got? Bear crawl position pledge planks. It is exactly like it sounds like. On all fours, pick your knees up, that bear crawl position, and just tap your shoulders. back and forth. Oh, we've done before. Well, we've done
Yep.
push before. Okay. You have sit throughs, which those bear crawls will lead into that position. 5 each side, and then a hip bridge with a pull over. So the sit throughs back to your bear crawl position. I'm going to take my right hand, I'm going to lift it up. I'm going to kick my opposite leg through and just kind of touch the ground to the side. Back to the bear crawl position. Now I'll lift my left hand up, kick my right leg through and back. Almost like a break dancing, just kind of twisting side to side. Just make sure one hand lifts up and then the opposite leg will kick through and just kind of touch the ground off to the side a little bit. I'll show you from the front just so you can see a little bit more of the rotation. I'm just kicking through side, side. Whatever kick through. Some people can only kick like that. That's fine. If you can open up, bring your chest up more towards the ceiling, also fine. So whatever degree works for you. That's the first one. The next one is iso bridge, iso marching hip bridge with a pullover. And it said the weight end of your leg moves the same direction, basically. So bags over my chest, whip it apart, hold the hips up. As I reach the bag back, I'm going to reach the leg up so they move kind of same time. Bring it back down. Then I do the other leg. Reach the bag back, reach the knee up, return. And you just alternate back and forth the whole time. Try to keep your hips level. Don't let your hips teeter totter. That is the finisher. And actually, that's the workout. Any questions, sir?
So we got, so the contra lateral lunge to single leg balance. What was
Was
on
that
the
one?
A,
That one?
on the A day, that was a, oh, it's in my
On the-
warm, it's in my
Yeah, and your
warm
warm up. So the difference between the warm up is that it's on your shoulder.
shoulder
You still do
versus
that
the-
side lunge, yep, and
Okay.
balance, and then your B-day is just hanging
Okay,
down.
yeah, yeah. All right, I thought I was, okay, I got it. Yeah,
Anything else you want to go over before I stop the recording?
no, I think that's it. I'll probably do this today.